Hello, I'm Catherine and I'm one of the volunteers for Merrolyn. So today I just want to talk through temporary tattoos and how to physically represent werewolves at Merrolyn. So werewolves at Merrolyn, most of the time they're in human form, but they have really distinctive marks, often like tattoos, so that kind of defines them as being a werewolf. And it's unknown about what these marks are for. Do they kind of talk about lifespan, about certain powers? Is it kind of hereditary, the certain patterns? So, there's a lot of kind of debate around the purpose of these markings. Often they'll stay in kind of their human form with these markings. Sometimes they'll turn into wolf form. So there's lots of different things that you can do without having to go and buy kind of expensive props. These tattoos, the big ones, they work out £1 something each. Other ones, they can cost a bit more, but they are better quality. So I've paid kind of £5 for one, and that's lasted brilliantly. Some of them go up to, £20-30. And they are incredible, and the art is incredible as well. And you can get them custom made if you've got a particular idea, and if there's certain runes or certain kind of patterns that go back into your lore or kind of your character's history. So there's lots of different types. I've used a few different ones at LARPers, and a few other people have suggested some as well, which I'll talk about. I've mainly stuck to the transfer type tattoos, mainly because there are some which are freehand that you can draw on and let process. I'm not particularly artistic, so I find ones that are pre-made a lot easier. Also, I work in the NHS, so if I have anything that can't come off too easily, so some of the henna-based ones or the ones that develop, then I'm going to struggle kind of getting back to work after a 3-day LARP with things on me. Also, if you're putting things on your face, then maybe actually after the LARP you don't want much left over. So as you can see, I have a sleeve temporary tattoo on at the moment, and they kind of came as pre-designed, and I got these off Amazon. So you get lots and lots of different ones, and they're great because you can kind of cut them down and just use some elements. And I got eight different sheets of big tattoos for $9.99. So I have to say these aren't the best ones that I've used. I picked them because they had the tribal pattern, which is going to be quite good for phys repping a werewolf at Merrolyn. So as you can see, I put this one on yesterday just to see how it's doing. And as you can see, some bits have kind of started to come off. So it's not the most hard wearing one. One I've had previously was a big kind of rose tattoo and motif that I've had across my décolletage, and that one lasted 3 days really well. That was another one off Amazon. So it really varies from maker to maker, and also on different parts of your skin. You can see where my strap line's been, that's starting to wear. This where my jumper's been. I was wearing a jumper all day, so if you're at a LARP and you're having an arm, then it might be that your costume doesn't cover that. So it might last a bit better. Other people have had tips that if you put talc on at night, that helps. Obviously you need clean skin so that any oils and that don't mix with it. So they're the ones from Amazon that I've got. I've also bought ones off Etsy before that are handmade. You can buy temporary tattoo paper that goes through your printer. There are things like henna. Again, you can draw them on freehand, you can use stencils. They take a little while to develop and last a lot longer, and obviously they don't peel off, but it all depends on how long you want it to last. Other people have suggested Inkbox, which has a few pre-made ones, and it also has custom ones. And again, that takes about an hour to process, and I think they last around 3 days plus, so really good for LARPs. You can also get tattoo pens like Jaguar from Amazon, which again you kind of draw on yourself or use stencils, let it process, and they're less likely to rub off, so might be an option for you if you're particularly artistic or you don't want this rubbed effect. For faces, I've used eyeliner before, but again, so I'm quite happy with things like this. This one has rubbed off a bit, which is a bit annoying, but what you can do is get some, let me see with the light, some kind of makeup or face paint that's a decent one, and then just kind of touch it up. Often you get kind of, when I had that rose one, I got 2 with it, so actually if I wanted to I could have taken it all off and put it back on again if I wanted it to be really crisp. But as you can see, you can kind of cover up So as I said, I'm not particularly good with artistic things when drawing on myself, especially. So you can patch up and then spray on a fixer or a fixing powder. So that's ways that you can kind of manage ones that do start to crumble a little bit. So I just want to show you about putting them on. Let me pin my fringe back because I'm going to put them on my face. Okay, so I have got makeup on just because my face is really dry and bad at the moment, so I have really sensitive skin. I haven't had a problem with putting tattoos on at the moment, so what I'm going to do is put on some of these tribal tattoos that came with this big one, but I've got quite a small arm, so I'm going to see about attaching them on in a few different places. I'll also, I have quite a few other tattoos which can be used for kind of cuts and bruises, so I'll add one of them on as well just so you can see what that looks like. These ones I used for when I was a necromancy squirrel that came back from the dead that had been run over, so I had lots of bruises, lots of cuts, lots of fake blood, and they were really good. They were quite hard to get off, so hopefully I'll get them off okay. But they lasted really, really well. I was quite impressed with these ones, and these ones were from Amazon again, and it was a pack of about 30, and I think they were about £6, something like that. So what you need for putting them on are the tattoos. You need some water, and you need something to dab it on. So a flannel or kind of sponge, or you can kind of get makeup sponges that can do that. So I'm just going to cut out. So you cut around the shape that you need. And just cut one out, and you've got to remember that these are going to be that way round when you stick them on, so you need to kind of think about where they're going. So these ones are quite big, so I'm just going to cut down. So it might be that you have this shape and that might kind of sit around here coming onto my face, but obviously that's going to be that side, so it's thinking about it going there. So what you do is you peel the film off. There's a little film, get rid of that. And then you pop it at the angle you want it. So I'm thinking that goes down at an angle there across my cheekbone. So I'm going to do that, exactly that, and then just pop that on. You then get your cloth, dunk it in the water, and then just dab, 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 dab. Get it nice and wet without getting my laptop wet. And then it will start to come off. So it needs a little bit more. Obviously I have makeup on, so it might take a little bit more because of the oils in the makeup. Obviously doing it with a mirror would be much easier. So what I'm going to do is just add this one on this side so you can see. Obviously it doesn't have to match, but you can create some really, really nice patterns. And then just gently peel back. You can see that's still a little bit attached, so again you can just tap that down, trying to make sure it's not in your hair or anything. A little bit's come off, but again, that's okay, that fits well. And so these ones aren't the best ones that I've used. They kind of came up a bit, they've gone a little bit wobbly. Okay, so you can get some really, really nice markings that can come onto your face. And see, they're really easy to put on. They can create quite good effects. That they could be simple, you could be completely covered with them coming down. So yeah, so that's how easy they are to put on.